43 laps to go as Jimmy Johnson crosses the start-finish line here in Chase race number 2. Sprint brings you an inside look at the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup on the Now Network. Biggest mover of the race, Mark Martin, started 42nd after a problem with post-qualifying tech inspection. He's now up to 12th position. And Mark Martin on the move so far in this race today. For more NASCAR stats, in-car audio, and live race radio, check out NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile at sprint.com/speed. Now, talked about the final round of pit stops. They've begun for some of the cars that were not on the lead lap, and for one that was, Doc.
Kevin Harvick just had to get in. You know, this car was just so bad. He said, it's terrible, to quote Kevin. So loose in, so loose off, would not roll the center. He is down and away. That should be the final stop of the day.
So a little short pitting action here for Harvick, splitting the difference, although we'd expect to see most of the rest in within the next 10 laps or so, as Jimmy Johnson continues to hold a 1.7-second advantage on Jeff Burton. Watching Kyle Busch continue to slide back through the field. There's Kurt Busch, his brother, right behind him. This is a race for 4th and 5th positions. And Rusty, what this 18 team really needs to have a shot at this thing in the end is a caution, right?
Yeah, they need a caution flag. They need another good pit stop. They are the fastest pit crew on pit road. There is just no doubt about that. And that's not what Jimmy Johnson needs or Jeff Burton. Because Logano, who's running 3rd, and Kyle Busch 4th, they do have the fastest pit crews. Just the way it is.
Denny Hamlin, A.J. Allmendinger, both on pit road. Vince?
That's right, and you see the 11 of Denny Hamlin currently running in the top 10. Remember, they said that would be a victory for them today. They've been throughout the course of the weekend kind of all over the map, according to crew chief Mike Ford. Today, they've mainly been fighting a loose race car, going down a quarter round on the track bar, 4 Goodyear tires, and Sunoco fuel for the 11 of Denny Hamlin.
Jeff Gordon in for what should be his final stop of the day. Chassis adjustment. Jeff said he could not turn the steering wheel at all and get the car on the right rear tire. The car was so loose in and so loose off. He had to drive it straight in and straight off the corner. 4 tires on trouble with the left front. He had to get his car to get a load nut off. Now he is down and away. That cost him about 2 extra seconds. 20 car on pit road. Joey Logano running in the top 5 in the last 100 laps. Minor air pressure adjustment for Logano. The car has been that good over the long run. He is down and away. Vince.
The 18 of Kyle Busch says he needs it to turn better. He's getting killed center off. They're making a track bar adjustment and 4 fresh ones for the 18 of Kyle Busch. Dave?
Jimmy Johnson lost the lead in this race in May by exiting the pit road too fast. You'll have to think about that as he does his final pit stop, in theory. Not many changes to it. He kind of left it up to Chad. He said, you want me to loosen it up? And Jimmy said, you know, it's really been pretty good. Obviously, he stayed out front. Smooth pit stop so far. And as they wait to finish up the fuel, he is gone. Jamie?
And Mark Martin, the drive of the day from 42nd position. Car is good now. The call is 4 tires. Fill it up with Sunoco fuel. And that'll be it for Mark Martin in the 5 car. Dave?
Jamie, Kurt Busch was challenging his brother for 4th place before this round of stops. They'll get a wedge adjustment there in the back, but also take that basketball out of the right front of the car. Still loose for Kurt, but a very fast race car here near the end. Carl Edwards is in as well, tight in the middle of the corner. Carl said, you know what, if we pit under caution the final time, I'd like to be loosened up for a little bit. But if we pit under green, let's not make any changes. So we'll see if there go any wrenches to the back of the car. Yes, they are going to make a change. Bob and Carl talked about it a little bit further. That's a track bar adjustment. Again, Carl saying just a little bit tight in the middle of the corner. 4 tire stop for the 99.
So as all the action on pit road sort of cycles through, Jimmy Johnson is back out in front. Jeff Burton is shown in 2nd place. And Joey Logano in 3rd. And as he comes by the stripe this time, there'll be 34 laps to go. And as of right now, we're waiting for NASCAR scoring to cycle through, but it looks like it'll be a total of 17 cars on the lead lap.
But Jimmy Johnson was able to actually stretch his lead by a couple of tenths on that last round over Jeff Burton. He had about a 1.7 before, now it's about 1.9.
And, you know, try to win these championships, you have to do everything right as a race team. And we saw Jeff Gordon and them have problems with their pit stop. They went back outside the top 10 after this round of stops.
Let's go back and show you exactly what happened, and watch it on the right side here.
Yeah, the right front tire changer, I think he lost a lug nut. Cost him some time getting back to the left. See right here, having to pick one up, put it on. That just a killer under green. He has to come back here now and see he gets behind. Cost him a couple of 3 seconds on that pit stop and a lot of spots on the track.
So Jeff Gordon now finds himself in 12th position. And he's about 13 seconds behind the race leader, who happens to be his Hendrick Motors teammate, Jimmie Johnson. And Jimmy has a 2-second lead over Jeff Burton, Joey Logano in third. They're all chasing the man with the scruffy-looking beard. Well, actually, it looks good. 25 laps to go here at the Monster Mile, and Jimmie Johnson trying to do exactly what he's done so many times in the chase. Win on the track. He's got a 2.3-second lead over Jeff Burton. Of course, they're coming off last week's 25th place finish. We asked Chad Canals how to get over defeats like that.
As soon as we cross the start-finish line at an event, we are on to the next week. Obviously, you have to go and recap and get your notes and things organized and assess what happened the week before. But the majority of the races where we've even had bad finishes this year, we haven't performed poorly. So it's not like we have to really dig deep to try to find a problem or correct something that's occurred. It's been circumstantial.
And so far, they're doing exactly what they needed to do to rebound. In fact, let's go up to speed with Dave Burns.
And Marty, that backs up exactly the conversation I had with him this morning. He said, our goal is to finish where we've run. Well, they've run in the front all day today, so they're looking good that way. Another thing it backs up is last week they had a problem in the pits. I said, did you make any changes this week? He said, nope, but I am hoping for better performance. Now, they struggled a little bit early, but they've hit it the rest of the way, and the driver's done his job too. Jamie?
And behind him, Jeff Burton. Remember, Jeff Burton has had some success here. He won his first race for RCR back in 2006. And just last spring, here in May, he finished second. This car has come to life the last round of stops. No changes. 4 tires was the call as the car continues to get faster, Dave.
Well, what a recovery for Kurt Busch. I sat in the hauler this morning talking to crew chief Steve Addington. Roger Penske walked in, and I said, Roger, what do you like about the Steve Addington and Kurt Busch combination? He said, I think Kurt respects what Steve has done and what Steve understands about this sport. And certainly after Kurt pulled himself together, he's realized that the changes they made on that car have helped it work its way back to the front. Carl Edwards has run very well today. Right before, or actually right after that round of pit stops, he called in and said, what position am I in? Let's go get him. He got encouragement from Bob Osborne, his crew chief. And we'll see how many positions he can make up here before the end. It's been a good, solid day for the 99 bunch. Jamie?
And Cliff Boyer in the 33. His day has just gotten, his week has gotten from bad to worse. Early on, he got loose all by himself, tapped the wall. Then when he came in to fix it, he had a pit road speeding violation, and that set him back even more. He got down his match, asked 4 laps. He's gotten 1 back, 3 laps down for Cliff Boyer, who was the winner last week. Vince?
Well, Kyle Busch in the 18 car, he led more than 400 laps here at Dover, but he never led in the fall race. He has today, but he's not going to finish where he would hope. He's led for a while, led 46, ran second for a while behind Jimmie Johnson, and now the 18 of Busch is down to 6th. The car just not turning through the corners the way he would like. Still, it's going to be a good points day for Kyle Busch. Now, his teammate at Joe Gibbs Racing is Denny Hamlin in the 11th. Hamlin, we told you before this race, had the worst average finishing position of any of the chasers here at Dover. That was 22.7. If they could finish in a top 10 position today, it would be like a victory, said crew chief Mike Ford. Right now, Hamlin is 9th. Doc?
We told you Jeff Gordon's team thought this might be the worst race for them in the entire chase. All they wanted to do was come here and get a top 10 and maybe get a top 5. They were there running in the top 10 comfortably until that previous pit stop. A problem with the right front lug nut cost them 3.5 extra seconds. Now they're showing in 12th position. Vince.
What a tough day it's been for the 16 of Greg Biffle. He's a couple of laps down, running in 20th. This was one of the tracks that they really felt like they could have a good finish. Crew Chief Greg Irwin told me earlier today, we need this was one of those tracks, they're not going to get the finish they wanted. Not.
And for Kevin Harvick, it was simply do what he did a week ago. Start at the back of the field, work his way toward the front, and get a top 5 finish. He did that. 33rd to the top 20, the top 15 to the top 10. But then the handle went away. Air pressure adjustment, track bar, nothing would bring it back. And now the car has been very, very loose. He has had his hands full. Kevin Harvick now being shown in 15th position. Another driver hoping to have a good run, and one of his favorite racetracks is this guy right here in the 17, Matt Kenseth. Kenseth finished 3rd here back in May. Thought he would have a top 5 car today, but early in the race, he jammed the brakes on, missed the exit to pit road, cut that left front tire, and had to go 3 laps down. Is now being shown in 18th position. Jamie.
Well, Tony Stewart, what a heartbreaker last week after running out of fuel with 1 lap to go, which he says was his fault. He comes here, he started the race 25th. On the first round of pit stops, the call was to take right sides only. They were the only car to take right sides. That cost them severely. They lost a lot of track position. The handling has not been right the entire race. He's been 1 lap down, guys, just hanging it out, trying to get as many points as possible.
And what a difference a week makes. 1 lap away from winning that race to ending up 24th. Take a look at what it does to the points right now. Denny Hamlin would leave. Jimmy Johnson would pick up 4 spots. Harvick drops 3. And look at the guys 9th through 12th, 143 or more behind. That's going to be hard to come over. Jimmy Johnson has done exactly what he needed to do at Dover today. He is out in front. He has led the most laps, so he picks up the bonus points there. And his lead with 5 laps to go, 2 seconds over Jeff Burton, who's had a great run. Joey Logano running in 3rd, Kurt Busch 4th, Carl Edwards 5th. Kyle Busch has slipped back to 6th, so his chance to make history is going to have to wait for, well, at least another year. Right now, though, all chasers, all racers are chasing that guy as he is out in front and all alone. And after last week, remember, everybody said, well, maybe the door is open. But go back to 2006 when he had that disastrous race coming out of New Hampshire. He trailed by 139 points. He went on to win the championship. This year he comes back. He started this race 92 points behind, and he's doing exactly what he's needed to do, guys.
Yeah, and the team has done a great job adjusting the car, keeping him up front, good pit stops. They've really executed well today.
Yeah, they're showing today exactly what got them 4 straight championships. It's like they're on their march to try to make it a 5th. It's going to be a great battle, though.
2 laps to go. We've had only 4 cautions today. And while we're talking about Jimmy, let's also salute Denny Hamlin, because he's done exactly what he's wanted to do. He's running in the 9th position.
Had a solid day. I mean, he hasn't done anything stellar, just what he needed to do. And if he gets that top 10, I think he'll be happy.
And he's going to keep the points lead if everything stays the same with the white flag out. 1 more mile to go for Jimmy Johnson. It will be his 53rd win in his 319th start. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Jimmy Johnson, 25th last week. But the drive for 5 is back alive, because as he comes out of turn number 4, Jimmy Johnson's going to win chase race number 2. 2nd place, Jeff Burton.
Nice work, brother. Nice work. Maximum points today, buddy. For both laps led with the race. Good job.
Yeah, man. Thanks, guys. Let's enjoy this. Take a deep breath. Absorb it. Come back and do it again next week.
The team celebrates. You see Jeff Gordon managed to get around Mark Martin for 11th.
Can't do much more than that. Sit on the pole, lead the most laps, and win the race. The team did a great job.
His 6th chase win from the number 1 starting position. His 6th win in 2010. That ties him with Denny Hamlin for the most in the season. And between Denny and Jimmy, they've combined.
You can't burn them tires off.
Oh, don't dare me.
They've won 18 of the last 39 races between those two. And there they are, 1-2 in the points. Hamlin by 35 markers over that man right there, Jimmy Johnson.